Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about intercultural communication and the power of pop culture. Pop culture surrounds us daily, influencing not just how we see the world, but also how we see ourselves in relation to others. Think about the last show you watched, or the music you're into. Chances are it's shaped by forces beyond just entertainment. Today I'll share insights from Chapter 7 of Experiencing Intercultural Communication by Martin and Nakayama. This chapter delves into the profound role of popular culture in intercultural communication. We'll explore three key ideas: the influences of cultural industries, the dominance of U.S. culture globally, and media's role in shaping and resisting identities. Let's dive in by understanding how popular culture and intercultural communication are interconnected. Popular culture refers to the content produced by cultural industries, things like TV, film, and music. While it entertains us, it also shapes our identities and how we perceive others. One key concept from the chapter is cultural imperialism. U.S. media dominates globally, spreading specific norms, values, and ideologies. These exports often overshadow and marginalize the contributions of other cultures. For instance, think about Hollywood movies. They often portray limited and sometimes stereotypical versions of groups like African Americans or Native Americans. These portrayals shape societal biases, influencing how people view these groups both within the US and abroad. On the flip side, the chapter highlights the global contributions that challenge US cultural dominance. Examples include Japanese anime or British television, which offer unique perspectives and reshape how intercultural engagement occurs through media. This shows how popular culture can serve as a bridge for intercultural interaction, but only when it prioritizes representation and nuance. An important point is how media constructs and resists cultural identities. Cultural industries create content that often reinforces stereotypes. For example, a Hollywood action film might depict a specific nationality as the villain, creating oversimplified perceptions of an entire group. These portrayals, lacking depth or nuance, can shape intercultural interactions in harmful ways. However, resistance is possible. Certain cultural texts challenge these dominant stereotypes or spotlight alternative ways of living. Think of independent films or online platforms like YouTube. These platforms amplify marginalized voices, offering audiences a chance to see more authentic portrayals. This chapter also notes that how we engage with cultural products varies based on our personal and social positions. In other words, someone's experiences and background influence how they interpret the same piece of media. This adds another layer of complexity to intercultural communication. As we think about the future, media and technology continue to evolve, changing how cultural products flow globally. Platforms like TikTok, Netflix, and YouTube enable non US content to reach wider audiences. For example, Korean dramas and music like K pop have gained massive international followings. These technological disruptions challenge the traditional dominance of US media, but there are still questions to consider. Can these emerging platforms ensure diverse representation becomes a norm rather than the exception? How might we, as consumers, continue to disrupt biases perpetuated in popular culture? These questions are critical for understanding how intercultural communication evolves alongside globalization. For me, this chapter reshaped how I view intercultural communication. It emphasized that popular culture is not neutral. It is a political space where identities and ideologies are negotiated. One key takeaway is the importance of being a reflective consumer of media. When I watch a movie or listen to music, I now think critically about the message and portrayals I'm absorbing. I've also realized the power of supporting diverse voices. By choosing content that authentically represents marginalized groups, we can all contribute to a more inclusive media landscape. This responsibility extends to advocating for stories that challenge dominant narratives, allowing us to better understand the world and one another. To conclude, popular culture profoundly influences intercultural communication by shaping perceptions, identities, and relationships. It's not just entertainment, it's a force that can unite or divide, empower or marginalize. By being critical consumers and advocates for diversity, we can create a media landscape that uplifts voices from all backgrounds. Thank you very much.